You know E3 2016 is coming, and we probably don't have to remind you. Despite starting on June 14th to 16th, the actual announcements will be inbound from June 12th onwards, with Electronic Arts and Bethesda Softworks hosting pressers. This will continue on to June 13th when Microsoft, Ubisoft, Sony, and the PC Gaming Show take center stage. What are the big games to look out for though? The games that you should probably care about and keep an eye on. Take a look at 25 such games en route to E3, and don't worry, we included plenty of titles that actually might be good when they arrive. Watch Dogs 2. So downgrade, raffle aside, one hopes that Watch Dogs 2 offers significant gameplay improvements over the original. That being said, how trippy is it that Watch Dogs 2 is actually happening this year, that too on such short notice? Granted, Assassin's Creed skipping a year may have contributed to that fact, but that's neither here nor there. Even if it sucks for me personally, I'm still looking forward to it at E3, even if dorky Asian exchange student is the main character, and so should you. Halo Wars 2. The original Halo Wars was an interesting spin-off of the series, but Halo Wars 2 will be one of Microsoft's big Xbox One exclusives for the year. How and what will it deliver to the raging masses? If the Creative Assembly's Total War Warhammer was any indication, then there's no other studio better capable of mixing Halo's sci-fi universe with real-time strategy. Expect information on a beta for the same, and maybe a Windows 10 release on top of that? The Legend of Zelda. As the focal point for Nintendo's presentation of E3 2016, The Legend of Zelda will finally showcase its wide-ranging open world and gameplay. If rumors are to be believed, we may also get a look at a female playable character, which seems to be a female version of Link at this point. Will we find out how Link's latest adventure will work on the NX? Will this be the last Wii U game you should care about in the next year? Maybe not on the first question, and sadly yes for the second, but for now, it's The Legend of Zelda and its open world. Get hyped. Horizon Zero Dawn. Don't let the delay get you down. Guerrilla Games' Horizon Zero Dawn is looking pretty cool at this point. E3 will hopefully showcase even more awesome things that players can do, particularly regarding what seems to be a complex ecosystem of robots and humans. If nothing else, the game is definitely shaping up to be more than just another take on the novel Robopocalypse. There's still so much we've yet to learn about Horizon, and hopefully we'll find out more next week. Kingdom Hearts 3. Rumors are running rampant about more information and even a new trailer at E3. Good old rumors running rampant as they do. That being said, with Final Fantasy XV close to release, it wouldn't be the worst time for Square Enix to start hyping up its next big RPG. Would it also kill them to showcase an actual mission or a story quest as opposed to random snippets? Oh, who are we kidding? Give us a couple of Keyblade battles involving King Mickey, and we're good. Until next year, probably. Next Forza title. Also known as This is Forza Horizon 3. Why would this be anything but Forza Horizon 3? Rumors state that we'll be visiting beautiful Australia, and that's really it. Showcase events are probably a given. If they're anything like racing a plane or the other bizarrely awesome challenges in the second game, then that's not a bad thing at all. Forza Horizon 2 is perhaps one of the best racing games you can play right now, and we have little to no problem with Forza Horizon 3 continuing that trend. ReCore. High up on the list of games we know next to nothing about is ReCore. Keiji Inafune isn't exactly high up on everyone's gift list following issues with Mighty No. 9, but ReCore sees Armature Studio, Concept, Inafune, and former Bungie writer Joseph Staten working together. It's hard not to admire the sheer expertise on hand. The question is, what will ReCore actually deliver? Will it actually be delayed into 2017? Probably, but you didn't hear that here. E3 2016 will have the answers. Sea of Thieves. A shared world action-adventure involving pirates from the mines at Rare? More importantly than that, Rare's making a new game on its own after how many years? Sea of Thieves hasn't really wowed us yet, but then we haven't seen much of it. If Microsoft really wants to cater to markets dominated by The Division and Destiny, it really needs to step up with information on Sea of Thieves. We can't deny the interest in putting together a pirate crew simply for the pleasure of making them all walk the plank. Make it happen, Rare. Gears of War 4. The Gears of War 4 multiplayer beta didn't exactly set everyone's world on fire. That's fine though, because it's Gears of War, a series which has typically delivered a strong single-player campaign through each installment. We don't talk about Judgment though. Gears of War 4 will be interesting because we'll be seeing how the Coalition operates on its own with decidedly non-Epic Games material to fall back on. We're down with it, though we'd probably be more down if Horde mode was announced. The Last Guardian. Sony has been pushing hard to convince us that The Last Guardian is releasing in 2016, and while we'll only believe it when it actually happens, you can expect more information at E3. Expect is probably the wrong word. Sony has outright promised more information to sell us on Trico's grand adventure. Do we start placing bets on whether the Guardian or the boy dies first? Again, we'll wait until the game is actually out before then. Ghost Recon Wildlands. Ghost Recon Wildlands. The graphical downgrades are already noticeable in the latest gameplay trailers, but on the other hand, the potential presented by an open-world tactical third-person shooter feels pretty significant. The question on our minds is whether this will be a clone of The Division, complete with different loot tiers, but focused primarily on single-player. It probably wouldn't be the worst thing, but we can only hope that Ghost Recon Wildlands delivers something significantly different at Ubisoft's presser. Mass Effect Andromeda. Arguably EA's biggest reveal on Sunday, this will mark the very first time we see Mass Effect Andromeda's gameplay. This will probably be the first time we properly see Andromeda for what it is. No more rumors about the future or the protagonist known as Ryder, until a new set of rumors emerges from the EA Play showing. With the release date of early 2017, which is totally not being pushed back further, this will be EA's chance to get us back into the franchise big time. Let's hope this year doesn't immediately seek into The Sims 4 and an awkward dance party afterwards. Titanfall 2. The one futuristic shooter that you just can't hate because frickin' giant robots will be making its triumphant return this year. First though, Respawn Entertainment has to showcase the gameplay and how well Titanfall 2 differentiates itself from the original. We already know a single-player campaign is confirmed, but how will multiplayer shake out? Will Titanfall 2 really steal the show like Respawn claims it will? Sunday holds all the answers, and hopefully includes some titans with swords as well. Dishonored 2. Speaking of high-profile reveals, we finally get a chance to see Dishonored 2's gameplay in action. The very fact that we get to play the open-world steampunk stealth title this year is a joy enough. It only remains to be seen how Dishonored 2 will mix up the traditional formula. Then again, it's not such a bad thing if it just doubles up the overall content with its two playable protagonists. As long as teleport assassinations are still a thing, we'll be looking forward to Dishonored 2 with bated breath. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. It may be the most disliked YouTube trailer of all time or something like that, but Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is still a brand new COD game. Infinity Ward doesn't seem to be playing around within the confines of ground-based combat either, with the promise of zero-G fighting, robots, space battles, and whatnot. It may not be what Star Citizen is hyped to be, but it's not outright dismissible like Ghosts either. Will it be all that different from past Call of Duty titles? Probably not, but it's something to watch at E3, so yay, we suppose. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered. Posters for Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered have been decorating the Los Angeles Convention Center, so you can bet it's making an appearance. This will be a rather interesting feat for Activision having not one, but two Call of Duty titles to showcase this year. We're not sure if Modern Warfare Remastered will get half as much stage time as Infinite Warfare, but a tease of that multiplayer action we all fell in love with is all we need. That and probably some gameplay from All Gillied Up because it's only one of the best levels ever made. Battlefield 1. Man, that Battlefield 1 reveal trailer was great, right? Despite showcasing no gameplay whatsoever. Such is the appeal of World War I in today's market fed up with futuristic shooters. Thankfully, DICE will be on point to not only showcase Battlefield 1's gameplay at EA Play on June 12th, but its 64-player battles in multiplayer as well. For all the talk of trench warfare and World War I shenanigans, this will be our chance to finally see it in action. Will it look as good as that reveal trailer? Wishes are fishes after all, so stay tuned this Sunday. For Honor. A Ubisoft title that isn't an open-world fiesta with the same boring missions? Are we dreaming? For Honor is actually a rather interesting new game. It's cooperative, but you're fighting alongside AI minions, hunting down other players in the process. Despite single-player content, the multiplayer possibilities are clearly the focus as you take control of samurai, Vikings, and knights to battle in highly realistic melee combat which depends on stance, sword orientation, and many other factors. If For Honor is out this year, then E3 will be the place to announce it. Crackdown 3. You could ask what's going on with half the games on this list, but Crackdown 3 is especially notorious. Following its reveal at GDC 2015 and the promise of a multiplayer beta with cloud-powered destruction, we haven't seen anything, we haven't heard anything about Crackdown 3. Fortunately, the summer has only begun and we expect Microsoft to outline its beta plans at E3. At the very least, rumors indicate that a Crackdown 3 beta won't be too far behind that of Halo Wars 2. Scalebound. Scalebound and Horizon Zero Dawn now both share the distinction of being large open-world exclusives that have both been delayed into early 2017. They couldn't be more different in terms of mechanics though, and after last year's tease, we want to learn more about the hack-and-slash gameplay, 4-player co-op, and whether you can engage in Panzer Dragoon-esque flying levels with your dragon. Is it too much to ask for frame rate improvements as well? Probably, but we're looking to be impressed come Monday. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Square Enix hasn't outright confirmed whether Final Fantasy VII Remake will be at E3 2016. Then again, with the bombshell announcement it made last year, it would be pretty odd to not at least have some kind of follow-up. Even a trailer with an estimated release date for the first episode would be golden. And of course, more gameplay footage wouldn't hurt either. Communication has been key for Square Enix with regards to its AAA titles, and hopefully it can continue this trend with Final Fantasy VII Remake. Dreams. Media Molecule's ethereal creation suit looks even more entrancing than Little Big Planet. There's been a rather distinct lack of information since its appearance at Paris Games Week last year, but hopefully, this year will be the year that dreams finally comes true. You see what we did there? If Media Molecule does go for a beta or a closed test of sorts, 2016 doesn't sound like a bad year while the main game arrives in 2017. Deus Ex Mankind Divided. New gameplay footage for Deus Ex Mankind Divided, along with other projects in the Deus Ex universe, will be revealed on June 8th. Are we being too stingy by wanting even more at E3? Square Enix has promised an appearance by Mankind Divided at the Expo, so we're not being totally unreasonable. But with a game like this, especially one that deals with augmented human apartheid and incorporates wide-ranging improvements to its systems, the more gameplay footage, the better. Mafia 3. Race wars meet mafia dealings in a 1968 New Orleans-esque New Bordeaux in Mafia 3. This is no Grand Theft Auto. Protagonist Lincoln Clay is seeking retribution for the death of his friends, but you'll also be challenged to rebuild the mob on your own terms. Combined with the far more open world, which we still haven't forgiven Mafia 2 for messing up on, Mafia 3 could very well be one of the better open world titles this year. Tekken 7 Fated Retribution. Let it be known, Tekken 7 Fated Retribution at this point stands a better chance of releasing before Tekken Cross Street Fighter. Jokes aside, Tekken 7 Fated Retribution is only rumored to appear at E3. It's also expected to release exclusively for PlayStation 4, which worked out so well with Street Fighter V, and really, what else is there to say? Stay tuned for more information at E3, if Tekken 7 Fated Retribution actually appears at all.
Like this video? Why not give us a like and subscribe? We try and upload amazing videos almost every single day. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one.